Welcome back to Les Schwab Tire Center's Outdoor GPS. Now it's Real Time, sponsored by the Mill Casino.
Yeah, it's Real Time, sponsored by the Mill Casino, a location that I would highly recommend that you put on your radar for any number of different reasons. The Coos Bay area, with my wife and I, we have fallen in love with that area. And the Mill Casino is just right in the heart of it all. And Michael Laffey is the man behind it. He is one of the funnest people I've had a chance to meet in the last year or so. And today we're going to find out how how fishing has been real time down there. And I've got a couple of questions for him as well. But Michael, it's great to see you, man. Looks like the weather's pretty darn nice for you down there in the Coos Bay area.
Yeah, you know, it's a great day on the bay. I'm looking out here at somewhat of a low tide. There's absolutely no wind, flat water, and God, I wish I was heading out there today.
Well, why aren't you, man? Are you just, the guys from Sharkey are busy or what?
Well, the guys from Sharkey are, they're all up in the woods chasing down those furry fish.
Oh, hey, everybody's got to have their priorities. Now, don't overlook it, everyone. Michael is also an avid big game hunter as well. He lives right in the heart of it all. But Michael, how's the fishing been? You know, for myself, you're educating me as well. It was an area that I was not that familiar with, but the fishing in September, October can be really, really good.
Yeah, you know, we've had an epic silver season here, and I'm not going to lie, I'm not seeing a lot of big 15-pound hook nosers come in, but I'm seeing a lot of fish being caught. And what I like about it is the ratio has been really good. Yeah, no, I'm shaking that. It's hard to keep it together out here. The rain just started coming down.
Oh, really? Well, that's good to hear.
Yep.
I mean, it's always good to have a little bit of rain, especially for your buddies up in the mountains. It'll quiet things down a little bit. So is that what is that the big fishery currently, Michael? Is silvers? Are you transferring to bottom fish? Is it a combo kind of thing?
Well,
what is
you know, for some reason, I think you alluded to it a little bit earlier. The silver's held up because there hasn't been a lot of rain. So people have been able to get out in the bay and out in the lower parts of the river. So those fish are just balled up waiting to go.
Is it a difficult fishery for folks to participate in, or is it readily accessible in that Coos Bay area?
You know, it's readily accessible because if you have enough boat, you can get out in the ocean, and the fish aren't very far out. So you can get out and do that. But if you just, you know, if you got a little 12, 15-footer, you can get out in the bay all day long.
And I think after our last conversation, that was the question that came up a couple of times. We actually had some folks that had not heard of the Mill Casino that did head over there just to chase silvers, and it was our last interview that kind of put them together on that idea, and they were going to fish in the bay. The question that we received from them was the bay itself. Is it broken down into areas that are more productive than others, or is it a bay where you can just cover a little bit of ground and find them?
Well, you can find the fish out here just about anywhere. I mean, if you have enough boat to brave the wind, you can be on the west side of the bridge out there right where the ocean meets the estuary, and you can do quite well there. Or you can head inland when that wind comes up a little bit. You've got a smaller boat maybe. Right out in front of the casino, I watch people catching fish all day. It's hard to work.
I can believe it now. We've shown you a couple of photos, everyone, of where the Mill Casino sits on the bay itself. Very literally, right on the other side of, well, at least the room that I was in when we were here over the summertime. It is a beautiful, there it is, right there. That's right where we were staying, just in the upper left-hand corner there, and you can see the bay. All of that, right behind the casino itself, is fishable water, right, Michael?
Yeah, that's great silver fishing in there. You know, like I said, the ratios from hatchery to natives has been really, really good this year. You know, fishing is 80% preparation and 20% frustration, right?
Right.
So you get out there all day and you catch a lot of native fish. It may not be as fun for some people, but man, this year that ratio has just been great.
Well, that's good to hear. Now, the first question folks are going to be asking is if they were to spend some time there, and for folks that are down there watching right now, what's the preferred way to target silvers in the bay before you might switch gears to a different fishery? How do they like going after them? What are they trolling with?
Well, you know, you get your big flasher, and some people are using hardware. Some people are using hoochies. I prefer an ace-high fly and a coyote spoon, but that's just me. It seems to me those spoons keep some of the smaller fish off, or if you're using live bait, you catch a lot of smaller fish.
And with your past experience coming from up north, that transfers pretty quickly or pretty effortlessly to that bay. Is that right?
Yeah, I mean, you can use the same gear you're using in the ocean. Shoot, sorry, my phone's freaking out on me here, man. Production
okay.
value is not great today. Yeah, you can use the same type of trolling gear you're using out in the big water when you come in the bay. You're just going to want to, shorten up those downriggers a little bit. And a lot of people are catching them straight off of deep sixes. You don't even have to have downriggers.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, that makes it a little bit easier, at least for some folks, to target them. What's the next fishery, Michael? If folks are still chasing silvers around right now, it's the first week or second week now of October. What's the next fishery? Is it bottom fish? What's the next things that folks are going to spend their time doing in that Coos Bay area?
This is the type of year or the time of year that you go out if you really want to catch a big lingcod. You can catch lingcod in the summertime, but this time of year, you're looking at those 30-pounders that you had on my Facebook picture yesterday.
Yeah.
If you really like big lingcod, we're catching them now big enough to have cheeks in them. So if you've never had lingcod cheeks for dinner, you're missing out.
Oh, my God. You're missing out already, everyone, if you haven't spent any time at the Mill Casino. The restaurant there is phenomenal. Hey, that was another question. One of our viewers had asked about the new restaurant. Has it been completed yet, or is it just about to get completed, or how much more time?
We're still working on it. Anytime you're building on the saltwater, things take a little bit longer. But, yeah, we're still working on it. So it'll be up, and we'll let you know right away. But, yeah, we're rolling into lingcod season where people are out there. And the Dungeness season has been one for the books this year. I very rarely see a pot coming up without a limit in it. So our crabbing's been spectacular.
That was one of the questions from our viewers that was asked this morning on our Facebook page. I have a question for you, though. I'm being selfish here, okay? I'm an avid waterfowler. That's what runs through my blood year-round, and now it's the 12th, and today is the opening day. For folks that like to spend time on the coast chasing birds around, what's the duck hunting opportunities like down there in that southern part of the coast?
Well, I see a lot of guys coming in with waders to the casino lately, so I think there's people out scouting and looking around. So waterfowl is pretty good around here. I mean, it's not Eastern Oregon, it's not Eastern Washington, but it's pretty good. It's pretty good. See a lot of people chasing them around.
I would assume that it would have to be one of those things, everyone, like we talked about here on the show. It's all about scouting and experience and taking the time to actually learn it. And I might want to lean on the opportunity to hang out at the Mill Casino, have some great food, great lodging, and maybe learn a little bit about waterfowl hunting in that southern part of the Coast Range. Well, what's next for you, Michael? What are you going to be doing?
Well, one of the reasons I'm not out today is because all my captains are up in the woods hunting. The other reason is we've got a really big concert tonight at the casino. We have the Garth Guy, which is one of the greatest nationwide, and doing Garth Brooks cover show.
Oh.
And we'll have 500-600 of our closest friends at the casino tonight enjoying Garth's music from the last 30 years.
Very cool. Very cool. Now, what's the easiest way for folks that are watching? Is it just simply go to your website and they can kind of see what's on the menu for a number of different things, let alone, of course, dining, everyone, but for entertainment as well? Is that the best source?
Yeah, themillcasino.com is kind of like your headquarters for, fishing. Obviously, down here is something I'm passionate about. I would really like to get out duck hunting one of these days. That's for sure. I've got a Benelli getting dusty on my wall, ready for it to throw some lead and some steel through. But yeah, go to themillcasino.com, whether you're fishing, whether you're hunting, going out to the dunes for a day of horsepower, or, heading to one of the amazing golf courses you got down here. We've seen this amazing trend of just relatively no rain down here. That's probably why the fishing's been so good. You're not running 40 miles to look for a fish because they're all balled up right out in front, waiting for that rain to come in. And when I say rain, I mean significant rain. We're talking about Southern Oregon here. I mean, we've had some rain, but not like we're normally used to in October.
Interesting. Well, hopefully that changes. I mean, I know that might, get the fish out of there. They might work their way up into the river systems, but it's great for everything when you got a ton of rain that comes into the area. Michael, as always, man, our time is short, but I appreciate you spending some time and your insight on what's going on down there in the Coos Bay area. Folks, if you're watching, if you're into fishing, and I know you are if you're watching my show, Mill Casino needs to be on your radar and a destination unquestionably. But Michael, thank you very much. Be safe out there. Say hi to the boys, okay?
I will. Thanks a lot. See you later, man.
Take care, Michael. Be safe, sir. Just really cool location. Great dude. And when he says he's passionate about fishing, he's got one of the coolest salmon tattoos on his arm that I've ever seen. He's into it, let me tell you. All right, we're going to cut to a break. When we come back, we're going to have your Chevy Silverado Tech Tip of the Week and Clayton has been very patient with us. He's got a question about green Peter. We're going to find out what we can do to help him. So don't go anywhere. We got a lot more for you here on Outdoor GPS in just a minute.
Outdoor GPS is brought to you by Chevy Silverado and the impressive Turbo Max engine. Flex your muscle with the strongest, most advanced Silverado ever. Official truck of Outdoor GPS.